Once upon a time, on a dark and stormy night, a young man named Jake decided to try his luck with Omegle, an online chat platform that connects strangers through text and video. Curiosity piqued, and a hint of thrill running through his veins, Jake sat in front of his computer, ready to embark on a haunting adventure. Little did he know that he was about a chat platform where strangers connect randomly. Jake had always been a curious and adventurous person, seeking new experiences, and Omegle seemed like an intriguing way to meet people from all walks of life. Little did he know, this night would turn into a horrifying nightmare. As Jake clicked the Start a Chat button, he felt a surge of excitement mixed with nervousness. The chat loaded, and he was immediately connected with another user. The screen was pitch black, with only a small text box illuminating Jake's monitor. "Hello," Jake typed, breaking the silence. No response. Jake was about to disconnect and try again, when suddenly a message appeared. "Hello, Jake." Startled, Jake leaned back in his chair. How did this person know his name? He nervously typed back, "Who are you? How do you know my name?" A few agonizing seconds passed by before a chilling response appeared on the screen. "I am watching you, Jake. I know everything about you." A shiver ran down Jake's spine. He looked around his dimly lit room, feeling a sudden paranoia creeping into his mind. He tried to shrug it off, thinking it was just a prank or a bluff. But something deep inside told him otherwise. "What do you want from me?" he typed, his hands quivering nervously. The reply came almost instantly, sending chills down Jake's spine. "I want to play a game of life and death. Are you brave enough to play?" Fear gripped Jake's heart as he recoiled from his computer screen. This felt like a sick joke turned malicious. He considered disconnecting, but curiosity, foolishly, got the better of him. "What kind of game?" he typed, his palms sweaty. "Meet me at the abandoned house on Hollow Street, midnight. Come alone or suffer the consequences." The stranger's message flashed ominously. The thought of going alone to an abandoned house sent shivers down Jake's spine. But a part of him, fueled by adrenaline and a sense of adventure, couldn't resist the thrill of the unknown. Against his better judgment, he agreed to the game. As midnight approached, Jake found himself standing in front of the dilapidated house on Hollow Street. The wind howled fiercely, rattling the old windows. Moonlight cast eerie shadows on the decaying structure. With each step he took towards the creaking front door, his heartbeat grew louder in his ears. Jake pushed the door open, revealing a pitch-black hallway. He fumbled for his phone and activated the flashlight, illuminating the gloomy corridor. The air felt heavy and suffocating, as if a malevolent presence lurked in the shadows. He proceeded deeper into the house, the floorboards groaning beneath his feet. The temperature dropped, causing his breath to become visible in the chilling air. Whispers echoed faintly, voices that seemed to originate from the very walls. "Welcome, Jake," a voice whispered from behind him, causing him to spin around, heart pounding. Before his eyes, a figure materialized, cloaked in darkness. The figure moved closer, revealing a face obscured by a mask. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly intensity. "You've made it this far," the figure taunted. "But the game has just begun." Jake's fear transformed into panic. He desperately searched for an escape route, but found none. He knew deep down that he had made a grave mistake, opening a Pandora's shocks of terror. The figure drew closer, brandishing a weapon, and Jake's instincts kicked in. He turned and sprinted down the dark hallway, adrenaline surging through his veins. The house seemed endless, the doors leading to nowhere, trapping him in a maze of horror. Behind him, the figure pursued relentlessly, their footsteps growing louder with every passing second. Jake's legs burned. His breath came in ragged gasps. He stumbled through the darkness, desperately seeking an exit. Suddenly, he burst through a door that led to an attic. The flickering moonlight revealed a grotesque scene. Piles of decaying corpses littered the floor, their faces contorted in eternal agony. Gasping for air, Jake realized he had fallen into the clutches of a sadistic madman. The figure emerged from the shadows, its mask now removed, revealing a face twisted by insanity and malice. "You cannot escape, Jake," the figure sneered, raising the weapon in its hand. But just as it lunged forward, a ray of sunlight pierced through the cracked roof, illuminating the room. With a final act of desperation, Jake pushed the figure towards the light, causing it to shriek in pain. It disintegrated into dust, vanishing into thin air. Exhausted and covered in dirt, Jake stumbled out of the house, gasping for breath. He felt the weight of the horror he had just endured, forever etched into his memory. Omegle had turned from a curiosity to a nightmare, one that he would never forget. From that day forward, Jake never returned to Omegle. The horror he had experienced would haunt him